always knew that Aaron Judge was a supreme athlete, but did you guys catch him yesterday in the NBA dunk contest? This is the second time in the last, I don't know, 2 years that Aaron Judge has been robbed. Or maybe it was 3 years because he performed back in 2017. I'm just kidding. That's a horrible dad joke. Please forgive me. I've always thought that Aaron Judge and Aaron Gordon somewhat look alike, but we are going to talk about Aaron Judge today as well as a few other stories. Kris Bryant is speaking out against the Astros. Carlos Correa, if you did not catch his interview yesterday with Ken Rosenthal, he cursed out Cody Bellinger, and it was so entertaining. I'm not sure who is running the Astros PR department, but apparently Carlos Correa now has a day job of, working that job. Also, MLB just embarrassed itself. So because we've talked about the Astros situation so much the last couple weeks, we're going to go ahead and lead off and kick off this story with a different sort of topic, and that is Major League Baseball and their 2020 projections for the standings in the American League and the National League. So if you guys are just listening, I don't know if you want to continue. I would say look at the screen right now because I'm going to put up the graphic. The Yankees are leading the charge with 99 wins in the American League East. So that makes sense. I'm pretty sure that everyone can get behind that. Then you have the Tampa Bay Rays at 12 games above 500, the Red Sox in third place, and then the Blue Jays, even though they have improved a lot with their squad, Hyun-Jin Ryu is going to change their life in terms of pitching, and they have them at 77 wins. And then the Orioles, they're like, what was that, 36 games below 500? So that all kind of makes sense. The American League East is definitely not as bad as the Central. Check out the Central in the American League. The Twins are at first. That makes sense. The Indians, even though the Corey Kluber trade happened and Mike Clevenger is out until June, they still put them at 10 games above 500. And even though I'm an Indians fan, I might say that's a little bit suspect right there. The White Sox at 4 games above 500, so they make a huge leap. And then we have the Tigers and the Royals competing for the last spot in the Central. And then we have the American League West. This is going to ruffle some feathers if you guys are A's fans. Look at this. They have the A's in third place after winning 97 games. That is disrespectful. The Astros, the Angels, the A's, the Rangers. Don't disrespect the Rangers because right now they have them under 500. So the Mariners make sense. Now this is where it gets crazy. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the East and the National League. What are they thinking? I would say that the Braves are a better team going into 2020, and they have them winning 4 games above 500. They're in third place right behind the Mets, the Nationals, and then the Phillies are a 4th place team. You guys can have a field day with that. I just don't agree with the East at all. I think the Mets are good. I think the Nationals are good, and the Braves are good. But the fact that they're not going to win 90 games between any of them, that's a little bit wild right there. The Central is going to be won by the Reds of all teams. Now they have improved with Nicholas Castellanos, Mike Moustakas. I think they're going to be legit. The Cubs, even though they have not done anything, they haven't extended Javier Baez. They've had some issues with Kris Bryant. They're at the 2nd spot. The Cardinals, below 500. The Brewers, below 500. The only team throughout these rankings at 100 wins is the Dodgers. And then we have the Padres, Diamondbacks, Rockies, and Giants all below 500, which is wild to me. I don't know how they got these and who came up with them, but I'm pretty sure that all of us watching right now could have come up with a better projection list than this. So I'm sorry, MLB, for roasting you to start off the video. I don't mean to because, I love you. It's all good. It's all brotherly love, and if you're not a brother, it's all good. The Diamondbacks for sure did not sit well with me at 79 and 83 because they made a couple splashes, and I think that they are going to be a great team. So let's go ahead and move on to what Carlos Correa was talking about yesterday. Ken Rosenthal came with the fire, the heat. He did not let any burning question go unanswered. He asked Carlos Correa what he thought about the entire situation, whether or not they cheated in 2017, 18, and 19. Correa said, no, we didn't, but then Ken said, yes, you did. They talked about Cody Bellinger and Carlos Correa. Whew. Wow. Get your popcorn ready, guys.
We earned that championship, Ken. When you look at the World Series, they left so many guys on base on Game 7. Cody didn't have a good World Series. So for him to be talking about us stealing that championship, you should get informed. You should be informed before you talk about other players. If you don't know the facts, then you got to shut the
What's crazy to me is within this interview, Carlos Correa is telling Cody Bellinger that he cannot read, that he has really bad comprehension skills. Like, this is what you say to someone on Twitter when they're trolling you or they don't interpret your tweet the right way. You say, yo, what'd you score in your SAT? Like, did you fail the reading portion of your SAT? That's pretty much what Carlos Correa did to Cody Bellinger, only he's a 25-year-old man. I'm not sure, is Cody Bellinger like 24, 25? So this is like high school drama and high school beef at this point. It's really weird to watch happen, but I'm kind of entertained by it, so it's really like a double-edged sword. It doesn't help the Astros, it doesn't help me, but it's entertaining. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move into Kris Bryant right now because he had some stuff to say as well.
A lot of the apology yesterday was a lot about 2017. It's like, I'm pretty sure it was going on in 2018, 2019 too. That's just so sad because it's like, just because I mean, if they didn't get caught, they'd still be doing it. Everybody around the league is really upset, and rightfully so, because it's really a disgrace to the game. You know, I personally think it's worse than steroids. I really do. I mean, it's steroids. You still have to compete and hit the ball when you know it's coming. I mean, off of these pitchers, like guys throwing, you know, upper 90s with really good curveballs and sliders, and you can totally formulate an unbelievable game plan based on certain things if you know what they're coming. Like, it's just frustrating.
So we saw Carlos Correa having Jose Altuve's back. Now we see Kris Bryant having Cody Bellinger's back by saying, you know what? Cody Bellinger is right. They did cheat in 2017 into 2018. So Carlos Correa is not right when he says that they played the game clean in 18 and 19. Now, just to kind of be transparent with you guys, Correa said he knew nothing about the cheating that was going on in 2018 because that was the year of the dark arts. That was when the front office decided to go ahead and send emails about the dark arts of what they like to call code breaking. Carlos Correa said, I had nothing to do with it, but the league knows and the Wall Street Journal knows and Kris Bryant and Cody Bellinger and the entire baseball world knows that there was cheating happening in 2018, maybe not 2019, although now a big story is breaking that Jose Altuve, it's been found that the tattoo does exist. I'm gonna go ahead and credit my main man, John Boy. This dude is on top of everything. Someone, I don't know if it was him himself or if he was sent to it, but there was a close-up on Jose Altuve throwing to first base in the World Series, and you can see the beginning of a tattoo. So it doesn't look that bad to me, but apparently Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve thought it was bad enough, and their wives, respectively, thought it was bad enough to the point where they did not want to show it on live TV. So unfortunately, Carlos, unfortunately, Jose Altuve, even though you're presenting your case and you're so passionate, and I can try and, you know, respect you as best as I can, maybe tip my cap, it's just not going to happen. We don't trust you. It's not our faults that we don't trust you, so just take it off the chin. Go into 2020, move past this, because the more you talk, the worse that you look. Even Aaron Judge is liking tweets from former baseball players that are in Japan. Like Adam Jones, a former superstar player, is playing in Japan, and he's watching it from, you know, like an outsider's perspective. He made a tweet pretty much saying, like, this is crazy. And then Aaron Judge, even though he's not going to say anything out loud, he basically told us how he felt by one, taking down the post from Jose Altuve and liking this tweet. So Cody Bellinger, Kris Bryant, Trevor Bauer, Aaron Judge is throwing some shade with Adam Jones. Carlos Correa is going nuts. Jose Altuve is defending himself. This is honestly, this is the biggest soap opera, and I don't know if it's good for baseball or not. Please let me know. Has this been great? Because I feel like baseball has never been talked about so much in my entire life. Maybe since A-Rod was busted, but I mean, Kris Bryant said this is worse than steroids, because if you're on steroids, you at least have to try and predict what pitch is coming, whereas this, you know what pitch is coming, and that's a pretty good argument. Even Pete Rose said that. All right, so a little bit of drama. I promise you guys, we're going to go ahead and go into something a little bit more fun after this, or it's not fun. It's just like what is happening in college baseball. It was one of the worst ejections that I've ever seen, so make sure you guys stick around. But Nolan Arenado has officially come out and been public about how he feels about the Rockies, because if you've been under a rock, the Rockies tried to trade Nolan Arenado to the Cardinals, to the Dodgers. There was a report that Kris Bryant was going to be shipped back to Colorado in exchange for Arenado, so just a lot of stuff happening. He's not happy. He literally said there's a disconnect. That is not a word you want to hear if you're Nolan Arenado talking about the front office. So he is trying to get out of town. I know he wants to play it cool and, you know, be cool to his teammates and try and make it seem like he is not the center of attention, but he is. He is the Colorado Rockies franchise, so you guys have to do everything to make him happy. Send him fan letters, tell him you want to stay. That disconnect is there, and it's only going to get worse if you guys don't try and help. So I'm not saying that you guys will be able to fix it, but a few fan letters appreciating Nolan, I mean, it can go a long way. The final story I do want to recap real quick is the worst ejection, or at least the most... what are you doing, umpire? You're getting paid to do this. Don't be so soft. There was a pitch on the inside part of the plate to a right-handed hitter, and he kind of swiped at the dirt. I'm not sure if he was trying to tell the ump this is where the pitch was, but that's what the umpire thought. So just a lot of stuff happening in the baseball community. I am so ready for spring training. I cannot begin to explain my excitement and just my angst to get back to the basics, get back to hot dogs, beer. Maybe you're a nachos guy. Please let me know in the comment section down below. What is your favorite concession when you go to baseball games? I'd say probably mine are garlic fries or nachos. I really like nachos, but you can't go wrong with the hot dog. But that's going to do it for today's video. Remember, we are on the road to 200,000 subscribers, 200K before opening day. We have like 40 days to do it. And also use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save 20 bucks off. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying the madness because I know I am. And then one last thing, MLB, with these rankings, with these projections for the standings, what's going on now? Who hurt you?